In this video, we're going to be talking about how to develop customer personas. My name is Jacob, and this video is produced by Missouri Small Business and Technology Development Centers, more commonly known as SBTDCs. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about what we do, you can visit missouribusiness.net. You can find the nearest center you by clicking the local help icon. Before we get into customer personas, let's look at customer segments. A customer segment tends to be described a little bit more broadly and often relies more on demographics. Customer personas, on the other hand, tend to be about a specific type of customers, and it's a little bit more about what we would call psychographics, or the psychology and behavior of our customers. You might find it a little challenging to get more detailed about describing your customers, because you might see a lot of different types of customers. But developing a customer persona is about identifying your key customers and ignoring everyone else for the time being. How do you pick your first customer persona to describe? The best way to get started is to think about one of your best customers, your regular, the one that spends the most money, and then we can go on to trying to describe this person. So what should you include in a customer persona description? You can always start with demographics, but you got to move on to psychographics pretty quickly. Thinking about, are their personal values, opinions? What about their careers? Maybe there are certain hobbies that help describe them. What do they do on the weekend? You also want to think of their buying patterns. When do they shop? How do they shop? Thinking of these questions will help you get a broader, but also much deeper perspective on who your customer is. In your customer persona description, you can also describe what kinds of problems they're facing. It can relate to the product or service that you're delivering. It can also be more general. You can also add in considerations to what solutions they usually use and what solutions they would like to use. Think of who influences them. You also want to think of what makes them say no. Or are there trends that are changing that make them change what they want from one day to the next? When you've developed your first customer persona, make sure to consider if there are a lot more people like this that fit that description. How big is the market size of this specific type of customer persona? And how many customer personas should you really make? It's usually fine with somewhere between 2 and 10, but really it depends on your business type and the types of customers that you see on a day-to-day basis. And what do you do with this customer persona information? Well, one way to use it is to develop your marketing strategies around communicating and reaching those top customer personas. Developing customer personas is a great way to improve the effectiveness of your marketing. Thank you for viewing this video. If you want more information about growing and improving your business, check out other videos, or our online training programs, or contact your nearest SBTDC, all of which can be found at missouribusiness.net.